Today's show is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. I'm talking the top-rated sportsbooking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, reliable. I mean, those are the things that you need whenever you're talking about sports booking, right? But more importantly, we got promo codes, Deke. And Deke, this promo code is a promo code that we like, and I'm sure the football fans out there will like it as well. When you download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and you make that initial $5 bet, put the promo code in, that is MOATS, M-O-A-T-S, and with that, you will receive $250 in bonus bets along with 1 month of NFL Plus Premium on DraftKings, man. Shout out to the homies over there doing an awesome thing, so that way you can follow your team with whoever they're playing, wherever they're playing, all right? But it'll also keep you up to date on potentially taking advantage of the anytime scoring options that DraftKings does offer, all right? But we also know sometimes, man, it might create a little bit of gambling problem. It happens. I get it, my friends, I do. If you're in New York, you know it's a number that you can text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER.
He said right now Justin Fields is the starter.
Yeah.
For Denver week. That's how they're going into practice. That's how they're starting this week 2 off.
Bump that, Deke. I'm going to put the title up while you talk about it, all right? Because that is what he said.
Yeah,
that's what he said, man.
He says, Russ is injured right now. He's going to be limited in practice to start the week. And Tomlin doesn't want to be, flip-flopping.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be more clear on the quarterback situation as the week starts, because it will just do better justice to the team and what we're trying to game plan for on offense. I think that's the gist of what he was getting at. But the door's still open for Russ. They're going to wait and see what the injury does and how the calf heals up throughout the week. But right now it's Fields. And that means to me, I assume it's going to be Fields on Sunday.
Yeah. The big thing that I thought, even with him saying the stuff that you just kind of reiterated right there, was also about the team having direction. And we were talking about the quarterback spot. It's hard to yo-yo that position, but it's also unfair to the rest of your team when you say, all right, you're going to be the starter on Wednesday, man. We're going to prepare for you, man, get in the game plan. And now Friday you hurt again. Now everybody gets thrown out of whack. Everybody gets put at a competitive disadvantage from a preparation standpoint. And that was kind of my takeaway as well, man, listening to him talk specifically about, Russ's availability or the lack thereof thus far. He just, to me, is seeming like this simplifies a lot by just saying, if this guy is hurt, he is the guy that we're preparing for as the starter going forward. And I think it's appropriate. Like you said, if he's healthy, it's different. If he had been here for 10 plus years and it's the Ben Roethlisberger here, I think it's different.
Yeah.
But this situation, this is a little bit unique because both of these guys are new, man. So I did like that part, man. One of the other things, though, he was talking about Troy Fautanu, man. He was talking about how he's been working, getting back, and he didn't all the way finish the statement. I wish he would have, because they was asking about how Troy was listed as the starter prior, in the preseason. He got hurt, but now that he's back kind of being out there practicing, what is that going to look like this week? Does he come back? He wouldn't all the way say yay or nay in terms of would he be in that starting lineup, or what does that mean for Broderick / Dan Moore either?
Yeah, there's no reason for Fautanu to be starting this week, I think, with how Dan Moore played and how Broderick looked.
Yeah. But
I think you're just forcing it. If either one of them starts slipping or get injured, I mean, Dan Moore does have a little ankle issue right now.
Yeah.
So if either of them can't go, then that's when I think it's appropriate to get Fautanu out there. But as long as they're playing good, the line's playing good together, I don't think we got to rush Fautanu in there.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him in there. I was calling for him to be starting once we drafted him. Start him at right tackle, get Broderick over at left, and let's get the future out there sooner rather than later and see what we got. But Dan Moore played good in the preseason. He's been steady, and obviously we've handled the Broderick Jones just like where he plays a certain way, a unique way, where we're having him play right tackle even though we drafted him to play left. You could criticize that, but either way, he's very capable at right tackle, and he played good in week 1. He played good last year in the regular season. and Fautanu has been hurt over the last 4 weeks. Yeah, he hasn't been available. So I don't think there's any reason to press this at all.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm kind of with it, man. The only reason why I kind of thought that it might change was when Coach T was praising Troy, and he was really talking about
he was, huh?
He was like, man, the way that we've seen him, he's kind of earned where he's at right now, and that's part where I'm like, so we were talking more so practice specifically in terms of why y'all are thinking that he's there. Whereas because for us, we just saw the game part of it. We saw practice, but the game was what kind of stood out to us more so. It didn't seem like the game deterred him the way that he was speaking. I don't know if you took it the same way, but that was kind of how it came off to me. It was like, nah, this dude, man, the way that he's been playing, the way that we've seen him, we think that he's capable of that type of. It was like, okay. So that's what made me think, like, all right, so if he's out there, you just throwing him back out there then?
I don't think. I don't think. But he was speaking highly of him.
Yeah.
I would guess not. Unless, again, one of those guys are healthy or one of them has poor play. I think that's when you do it. But as of right now, with how the line looked week 1, Fautanu is going to be around here for a long time. I mean, we handled Broderick Jones the way that we did last year. I don't know why we would have this special scenario for Fautanu and speed up the process for him. That doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. It just really doesn't make sense to me because I was going to say, if anything, maybe you could look at last year and say Broderick had more of a case to be starting than the guys we had. But Chooks was a starter here for, 3 years?
It's kind of like the Dan Moore version, but he was a second contract guy because we had already paid him by then.
Maybe you could have said we just start Broderick Jones week 1 over Dan Moore then. Like, I think that may have been more justified going into the last year versus starting Fautanu over Dan Moore, Broderick Jones this year.
Right now, yeah.
Maybe they're similar, but man, I just don't know. I don't know why randomly Fautanu is getting the fast track. Where we're not necessarily giving like Peyton Wilson this fast track. We
Nobody
didn't
else
give JPJ
is
the fast track. Broderick Jones.
I mean, because for Peyton
Zach
Wilson,
Frazier out of necessity, but we weren't giving him the fast track either.
And you can make a case Peyton Wilson is out of necessity also. He's the sub-package linebacker, but who's our other sub-package linebacker right now? You don't have another. The next closest thing would have been Cole Holcomb.
Right. It's just random. I mean, it's not a shot at Fautanu at all.
No,
I want him to be starting, but given how the offseason has gone, I don't think we got to do this rush job with him and get him out there starting week 2 or week 3.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that I do know is this. Since he is a rookie, he has to practice on Friday to be able to play in the game. But if you're not a rookie, that is not Coach Tomlin's policy. Just know that. I did catch that also in the press conference, man. I like that, though.
And that's probably true, right?
Yeah. That's what he said. That's how his mouth. That mine. I think the perception was that you had to practice on Friday, otherwise you weren't going to play.
Like,
that was one of the people that asked the question.
If Big Ben didn't practice Friday, it didn't matter.
Yeah, so
right?
he was like,
if Minka doesn't practice Friday.
Come on, bro. You know how I feel about it, man. Can you ball? If you like that, bro, I
Cam Hayward practicing Friday.
You think I was tripping?
How many times has he missed on Friday?
You think I was tripping if Troy practice on a Friday? Troy, get out there. Let the hair down. We do not care.
Yeah, that's
You're
probably
playing,
true,
man.
right?
Yeah. But that's the one thing that we do know specifically with Troy. He would need to be out there on Friday practicing in order to get at least the conversation rolling for him to be able to get out there on Sunday.
He's not starting.
No.
He can't be. There's no way. That's my take from afar. And I thought Justin Fields, once I heard the Russ Calf situation, I called that Fields would be starting. So take that for what it's worth. I feel like I got a good idea of things.
I like it, man.
2024.
You got your finger on the pulse, man.
Yeah, and how Tomlin operates.
Hey, man, you the 2024 Myron Cope of this thing, man. Like, don't no one do it like how you doing it right now, bro. Salute you.
That's too much credit, but
Nah. I mean, you underrated. You rather be underrated than overrated.
I'm definitely. I think I'm underrated at this point.
Yeah, you're underrated.
I think I am.
I think I'm kind of.
I was overrated for the last year, so I think I'm coming back around.
Yeah, I'm in like the overrated phase right now, bro. Yeah. What they say? Either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Yeah, I just watched the Dark Knight series. You know? I told you that.
No.
Just watched it a couple weeks ago.
I'm gonna start my villain arc. Yeah, I like it, man. I like it. Lastly, we did have Coach Simon talk about just the punting situation, right? We obviously know Cameron Johnston done for the year, but he gave some context as to why he signed Corliss Waitman, because I know some people were, even myself, we had mentioned Presley Harvin, right? Because he's another dude that's very familiar and been here before. But what he said was it was the familiarity that, obviously Corliss being here on the practice squad at various times, talked about how he learned to hold field goals here with Boz, with Kuntz, and that's another part of it because obviously we know he's going to have to hold the field goals. But then they also said, or Coach T also talked about how he was punting for Denver in 2022, and obviously with us playing Denver this week, he felt the familiarity should help him out with that.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so he was like that was another reason why they specifically went with Corliss Waitman for this week at least.
Right. It also, I was just about to say, it does sound like this is week
almost
by
like week
trial.
to week. Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't punt good here, I don't think we have any qualms of going out and getting Brad Wayne or Presley Harvin.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else out there?
Brad Wing, he's available.
I'm saying guys that aren't retreads.
Oh, not retreads that we know of? No. The last big name would have been Matt Ariza, but he's that's when Kansas City picked him up. He was like the last big name this offseason. So yeah, outside of him is probably Presley. You throw
What's Jordan Berry doing?
Or what's my man that was they came up from the Jets that 1 year?
But he's a retread.
Oh yeah, I guess he is now. Never mind. Yeah.
Wait, who are you talking about?
The little dude. Gosh. My goodness, I can't think of his name, man. This would have been around the same time. No, I'm mixing him up with the kicker.
Yeah,
I'm
you
mixing
might
him
be
up with the
thinking
kicker.
Matthew Wright.
That's what I'm thinking of. I'm mixing him up. Yep.
We did have Brad Wing punt for us.
Yeah,
though,
Brad
recently,
punted. Yeah, Brad was here last year. Yeah.
for a game or two.
We went through a phase where we had, punter here, punter there. It's not good to have multiple punters on the team. You just want one.
I think Waitman will do fine.
In Denver,
he was good for us.
I thought he punted well.
I thought he punted good at Denver, from what I remember too.
Yeah.
I think there were times that year he was in Denver where we looked and said, "Man, did we pick the wrong guy?
Did we make a mistake?" Yeah.
Yeah. Should we have kept Waitman instead of Harvin? Because Waitman came in Harvin's rookie year for a game, and I thought he looked good.
He punted well.
And obviously we stuck with Presley because he was the draft pick. And then Waitman becomes Denver's punter, and he punted good. From what I can remember, I think he was over 40 on the net average.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why he won't be able to keep the job throughout the year.
Well, got a great opportunity, man.
Yeah.
Great opportunity for him, man.
Yeah. Just still bummed about Johnston because
he
was supposed to be one of the best punters in the league.
That makes two of us being bummed about it. Coach Tomlin, he was bummed about it too, though. So I think we all on the same page.
Yeah, everyone is.